YouTube, Autumn Beckman here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today I want to show you the differences between the old model Neverfull and the new model Neverfull by Louis Vuitton. I know the Neverfull is one of the most popular bags out there, and you have a lot of options, whether it's the canvas or the leathers that they're made of, the epi bags, or different colored interiors. One of the other options you have is the old model versus the new model. I'm not sure when they stopped making the old model and started making the new one. The differences are, I don't know, some are kind of big differences and some are not, but whether you get the old or new model, that has a lot to do with the price too. Obviously the old model is discontinued and you can only buy that pre-loved. The new model you can get new and pre-loved. So there's a lot to think about when you're trying to figure out which Neverfull you want, and I'm hoping that this can help you at least decide if you want the old or the new. Personally, the old model is my favorite. I didn't know that until I got both of them. I purchased the new model first, and I'll tell you why, and then I got the old model and found out I like that one better. Okay, so let's go through and look at these side by side. So really, there's not a lot that's different about them. They are both exactly the same size. This is the MM size and the medium size. The Neverfull comes in PM, MM, and GM. That's small, medium, large. So the pattern for the bag is the same. They're the same size, same dimensions, and obviously one of mine is Damier Ebene and one is Damier Azur. The inside of the bag is where you see some of the differences. The main difference for me, and the reason that I purchased a new model to begin with, was that the new model comes with this pouch here. And it has a leather strap that comes with it that attaches to either itself or to make a wristlet or to the D-ring inside the bag. And I don't have that attached right now, but the new model comes with one of these pouches. Something to be aware of if you're looking at the pre-loved market is when the new model is sold, sometimes you'll see these two together, but often they are separated and you can only buy them separately. We can only buy them separately because sometimes they are together, but they're often separate. And when they're sold separately, they tend to be more expensive than if you just went in and bought them together brand new. So if you want the new model, I always recommend going to the store and getting it there. It's one of the few things that is cheaper to buy at Louis Vuitton than pre-loved for the most part. So that's one of the big differences there, is that the new model has the pouch. The old model did not come with the pouch. If you have an old model or are buying an old model and want the pouch, you can always find the pouch separately on the pre-loved market, but expect to pay $300 or $400 for it, depending on what the pouch is. Some of them are more expensive if they're a harder to find item, like a different color interior or a limited edition piece. The other big difference that I see between the two models is the patterning on the interior of the bag. So on the new model, the one with the red interior, you can see that it has just stripes. And on the old model, it has stripes and flowers. And I prefer that. It's more feminine in my opinion, and I just think that's prettier. Then both of them have this pocket on the back. And on both models, the pocket is only attached at the top here, so it flaps out like this. But on the old model, you can see that where it says Louis Vuitton, that's in a script font. Whereas on the new model, the Louis Vuitton is in more of a plain sans serif font. So here they are again, side by side. And personally, I just really prefer the look of the old model to the new model. And that's why I prefer, it's just the interior design of the bag. The only other difference I've seen between them is you see where there's the zipped pocket inside. Look at the ends of the leather. You'll see that this one is squared off on the end, whereas the new model comes to a point. It's kind of triangular. And down here where it says Louis Vuitton Paris, it's wider on the old model than on the new model. at least on mine. I assume that's consistent across the bags. Okay, I'm working on a different video right now, which is why I look different, and I just remembered something that I forgot to record in the old versus new Neverfull video. On the inside of the pocket in the new model Neverfull, it's just canvas. It's just the other side of the interior material. I don't have my old model out right now, but I'll show you on this Speedy. The inside of the old model Neverfull has a different interior. It's the canvas, but it's coated in this clear, whatever this coating is. I'm not sure what that is. If you're looking at an old model, make sure you ask for pictures of the inside, because a lot of times this coating will peel. Sometimes people will take it out completely if it started peeling, that's fine. But if you get one that is peeling, you want to be aware of that. I've never had one peel, so I don't know how easy it would be to remove that once it starts, but that's something to be aware of. Other than that, they're the same. The size is the same, the stitching is the same. One thing I can say, if you're interested in the Eben model, I've had my bag, my new model bag that I purchased new at the store. I've had this since 2016. Is that right? I've had it about 2 years, and you can see how the handles still stand straight up. If you see some of the old model bags that are a Ben, you'll see that the handles flop over. I'm not sure why mine don't do that. I don't know if they changed something in the coating or the leather. I'm not sure, or if it just needs a lot more use than mine has had so far, but I would feel like after 2 years it would be more floppy. You can see how the vachetta straps on mine flop over. Those will not stand up. Now the vachetta is not coated like the Eben leather is, so that's part of that. But I hope those will flop over at some point. If for some reason you really want one that flops over, you probably need to look at the old model bag. When mine does flop, like you can kind of see it did it a second ago, that's because the bag itself is flopping over and the handles just kind of fall with it. When I'm sitting with this on my lap, like in the car, I'll fold it over like this so the handles aren't sticking up in front of my face. That's when I'm a passenger, of course. I wouldn't drive with a bag in my lap. Again, everything else about the old and new model, as far as I can see, are exactly the same. Those are the only differences, but they're enough to give people preferences between the two. So if you're looking for Neverfull and you're trying to decide between old and new model, or if you didn't even know that there was an old and a new model, hopefully that gives you some helpful information to help you make that decision. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and click the bell notification icon if you would like to be notified when I post new videos. Thank you again for watching, and have a fantastic day. Bye.